Morning and welcome to this webinar on the GreenBest Academy. I'm going to introduce the GreenBest Academy to you today, and this is really exciting for me. So, just before we begin, this webinar is being recorded. So if you happen to leave halfway through, we'll send you a recording, don't worry. And also you can get hold of a recording link to send to your colleagues if you think they would benefit from watching this video. Let's get into it. There's a chat box on the side. If you'd like to ask any questions during the webinar, please do put those questions into the chat box. I have a colleague or two in there monitoring that for me as well. Right, so first of all, who am I? So my name is Daisy, Daisy Lacey. I've been working with GreenBest since 2014. That's about 8 years, but with a couple of years out for maternity leave. And when I joined GreenBest in 2014, my initial job role was direct sales, and specifically sales to lawn care professionals. So my knowledge has really built up over the last 8 years as to fertilisers, how fertilisers react on lawns, and what fertilisers are required and where. And before that, I did a degree at the University of Bath in biology. So that really helped with background information on plant nutrition and biological processes as well. So I feel like I'm one of the best people placed to create courses like I have done. And I hope that you find them really useful and enjoy listening to me talking about them this morning. So the GreenBest Academy is brand new service from us. And the journey of the GreenBest Academy starts in around 2016. So back then, we did a few local events around the country for customers. This is where we met customers in person, did a presentation on fertilisers and lawn health, etc. And the customers found that really useful. And what we identified from that is that they also would really like to have this kind of training at their fingertips for whenever they wanted to do it. And somebody that I was working with at the time said, you know, you can create online courses, video courses that you create and upload, and your customers can then use them whenever they want. And it would be a resource that just goes on and on and on, and you just update them as you need to, etc. And so we thought, actually, this would be really, really useful for our customers for many reasons. And so that's where the GreenBest Academy started. I had a look into the software we could use, etc., the costing and everything, but it basically didn't really go much further from there. It wasn't really until 2020 or late half of 2019 when we actually thought, well, maybe we should actually start working on this now. So I began to do a bit of market research on online courses and getting information from our customers as to what sort of things they would like, and gathering a list of people that would be interested. I also started writing some course content. And then, of course, the pandemic hit. I also went on maternity leave for a year and everything sort of ground to a halt. Came back to work in 2021 and was working on the GreenBest website. Then following on to that, working on the GreenBest portal. And then finally, once the GreenBest portal had been released, I was able to start working again on the GreenBest Academy. And now here we are, March 2023, and the GreenBest Academy is live and running. Okay. So just quickly, for those of you who might not know who GreenBest are, we're not primarily a training company or anything like that. We actually manufacture fertiliser. And where we started in 1998 is we started by manufacturing bespoke fertiliser for specialist sports turf areas. And bespoke manufacture is still a very large part of what we do. We manufacture bespoke fertilisers for our customers who sell it onwards. In their own branded bags with their own branded labels, etc. We dispatch direct to their warehouses or we dispatch direct to their customers. We're really flexible, and that's really what we excel at. And of course, if you're manufacturing bespoke fertilizers, you have to understand how fertilizers work, because you know the difference between a 12-3-6 and a 10-3-6, for example. Why would a customer choose that over the other one? You have to really understand fertilizers, and that knowledge that we've built up over those last those years, over 20 years, has really helped us to become experts in what we do. And so now, finally, we are hoping to share some of that knowledge with you. And you'll see as we go on into the future, not just myself creating courses, but also my other sales colleagues, Jack and Simon and James will also be creating courses and sharing their knowledge with you on that. So as well as the bespoke manufacture, around 2015, we had the Smart Lawn Fertiliser range developed. And this was the first time that we ever held stock in our warehouse of a finished product. Smart Lawn Fertiliser was designed for lawn care professionals. So we created from a very, very long list of bespoke fertilisers that lawn care were taking, created a short list of products that really suited domestic lawns, sort of generalised for the whole country. And just this made it really easy for new lawn care professionals coming into the industry to really easily decide what they want. And also we only sell this to the trade. So this is not something that their customers, the homeowners, can get hold of. So Smart Lawn Fertiliser came around in 2015. And we quickly realised that having stock of fertilisers was really useful for our customers. And so the customers that had always been buying bespoke also wanted something off the shelf that they could have. And that's where we come to Velvet. So we created a branded range of sports turf fertilisers for us to sell to our distributor customers, who could then sell those on. And we support Velvet distributors by being at trade stands and offering printed brochures and technical information sheets, etc., for all those products. We also have a third branded range coming to GreenBest family, and that's a flora feed. And my colleague James Whittick will be doing another webinar on that in a couple of weeks. So if you're interested in flora feed and ornamental horticulture markets, that might be quite an interesting one for you to have a look at. So who is the Academy for? Well, eventually, we're hoping that the Academy is going to be for everyone. Right now, the Academy, with its two predominantly lawn care courses, is mainly for lawn care professionals, although there are a few of our pre-recorded webinars on the Academy available for any of our customers to view. So yeah, eventually it's going to be for everybody. It's going to be for lawn care professionals, DIY garden enthusiasts, maybe if we do a course for them specifically. It could be for our distributor customers to help them understand the fertilisers that they're buying and then sell on those fertilisers with more confidence. It could be for us to educate the end users so that they can come and buy fertilisers through our customers with that extra knowledge there. So it is really going to be for everybody, and we don't restrict who can take particular courses in that respect. And our goal with the Academy is to share our plant nutrition knowledge with everybody. So obviously the sales team, as I mentioned before, we have this experience in manufacturing fertilisers and background knowledge of the ingredients, etc. We want to share that with our customers. Finally, we've not really been very good at doing that in the past. We've always held it close to our hearts as sort of trade secrets, but we're coming to a world now where transparency is key, and people want to be informed and make proper, informed decisions on purchasing. So, yeah, we're starting to help with that quite a bit more. So we're hoping with the Academy, if you're buying fertiliser and selling it, or if you're using fertiliser, the Academy will help you make better purchasing decisions. And so this might mean maybe you have healthier lawns as a result of it. Maybe you use less pesticides and save money in that area. Maybe you just spend less money on fertilisers in general because you are now buying fertilisers that you need rather than fertilisers that you thought you needed in the past, which were possibly slightly more expensive ones. And then the end result is to create greener, healthier grass. And from that, we're hoping that you're going to be able to make more sales, especially if you're answering customers' questions, if you're creating marketing content for your websites, your blogs, or social media, and you're doing that with confidence because you have this new knowledge. We're hoping that's going to help you make more sales overall. So lots of reasons to enjoy and use the Academy. I'm going to have a look at the first two paid courses we have available. So this one is called Lawn Grass Biology for Beginners. And this course is aimed primarily at lawn care technicians, lawn care business owners, but also could be taken by DIY enthusiasts. The level is not too high that they wouldn't understand. We cover things like the structure of the grass plant, so roots and blades, and how how they spread through stolons and rhizomes, etc. How they move water and nutrients around within the plant. This is quite interesting to know, especially if you've not really thought about it before. We also cover photosynthesis, because this is a really important process in the plant that provides its energy and helps you to understand why light is so important to lawns and why lawns that don't have much light don't tend to do very well. We're going to look at lawn species. So this is grass species within lawns, and if you have lawns with particular problems, for example, very lots of wear and tear, or they're very shaded, and then you want to be able to choose a lawn grass mix, a seed mix, depending on what that condition is. So we go through the different species and what they're most suited to, and give you an idea of how to buy a seed mix that suits you, i.e. what percentage of which species you should go for. At the very end of the course, we go through a checklist, essentially, of how to get the perfect lawn. And this is looking at all the things we covered in the lessons, things like light, air movement, nutrients, etc., just to try and help you understand how to get a good lawn, the perfect lawn, as it were. And this is quite a nice thing to do. So 50 minutes this course takes. How the courses work, and I'll show you this in a minute when we go to have a look at the GreenBest Academy website. The courses are pretty much all video based. So there's a series of lessons, and each lesson has a video. So you watch each video, and there might be a document or two to download to go alongside those videos. You can keep those and print those off if you like. Then at the end of the videos, there's a quiz which you pass, and then once you $6 monthly. So if you buy a course, for example, now, then in 6 months' time, you should be able to go back onto the academy and have a look through, and it should be updated. And that will be based on the feedback we get from our customers, essentially. We have another course that's available now, and this is Advanced Lawn Nutrition. And this one was quite fun for me to write, and it's the one I was most excited about getting out there. So Advanced Lawn Nutrition, quite simply, we look at the macro and micronutrients that lawns need. These include things, nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, calcium. We look at every single one of these nutrients, why they're needed, what they do in the plant, what happens when they don't and they're not provided, what happens if you provide too much of them, all these kinds of things. We have a look at deficiencies. So we're looking at signs of deficiency that you can see yourself, maybe diagnosing deficiencies with a soil analysis, and also how to remedy those deficiencies. And then the other important part of this course is building fertiliser plans. So what we do is we look at what you need to apply to the regular domestic lawn, and obviously it's going to depend on your area, but we give you an idea of where the starting point, essentially. So we give you an idea of when and what to apply, break it down into how many applications and what nutrients to apply in those applications. We help you work out the calculations for the nutrients, how many kilos per hectare of nitrogen you've applied, etc. If you have fertilisers in the store you want to use up, we've got calculations there to help you know what application rate you should use for those. And we also look at soil analysis. So this is doing a soil analysis on a lawn and adjusting the lawn treatment plans or the fertilisers according to the specific nutrient concentrations in that soil. So if you have a particular problem lawn, you can diagnose a problem, a deficiency, or you could, for example, save money by not applying certain fertilisers that are not needed. So this course is a bit longer. It's an hour and a half. So it's split into a lot of video lessons again, with various documents to download alongside the videos, and then you get a certificate when you've completed it. So we're going to have a look now at the Academy website itself. So here's the GreenBest Academy homepage. It's www.greenbestacademy.co.uk. We have a link to all courses at the top here in the menu bar, but what we also have down here is 3 links to our market-specific courses. So eventually we're going to have 3 sections. So there's sports and amenity turf courses, lawn care courses, and horticulture courses. The important thing to know when you go to the GreenBest Academy is that in order to watch anything, you first need to register. So registration at the GreenBest Academy is quite easy. You just go to this user registration page, put in your details there, tell us your company name. This could be your company or the company you work for. Choose a username, password, let us know what market you're in, whether you actually use fertilisers or whether you sell fertilisers on, and register. And that part is free, and that allows you to access the paid courses, but also the free pre-recorded webinars that we've uploaded to the GreenBest Academy. I'm going to log in now so that you can see what the Academy looks like once you're logged in, and we're going to go through a couple of the courses. Here we go. It's logging in. So I'll take you first to the All Courses page where we can have a look at what courses are available. We also have one course here that is marked as coming soon, and at some point when it's nearly ready, we expect to be able to open up for purchase so that you can actually go on and purchase it, pre-purchase the course in advance of it actually becoming available. And there might be some specific benefits available with that. What we're also going to do is once we finish looking through this website, we're going to go back to my slides and we'll have a look at the other courses that are coming up. I haven't got available on here at the moment, and we'll run some FAQs, etc. So when you log into the GreenBest Academy, you come to the user account page, and you'll see here at the moment we've got an introductory offer running, and this ends next Friday. This is 30% off all courses. I have another offer for you at the end of this webinar. If you hang around, I'll give you the code for that. If you want to get 30% off any of the courses today, and that's any course that you purchase or all of the courses you purchase, then you can use that course. So we have the link here to all of our courses. At the top here, we have our two paid courses we already have. Lawn Grass Biology for Beginners, this is currently £30. And Advanced Lawn Nutrition, which is currently £50. Understanding Lawn Soil here, coming soon. And I said when that becomes available, they'll be able to purchase that one. And then at the bottom here, we have 3 of our pre-recorded webinars. You may have joined me for a webinar before talking about fertilisers for lawn care, or maybe you watched Jack's Smart Lawn Autumn Fertilisers one, or maybe the Satigram webinar. So we do plan to upload our webinars from here on to the Academy for all customers to access, in addition to our paid courses. And of course, our free webinars are full of product information, product recommendations, whereas our paid courses are information for you, education. So we're not selling you fertilizer necessarily in our paid courses. We're just giving you the facts, helping you learn about fertilizers in general, so you can make your own decisions on what you want to purchase. I have already purchased Lawn Grass Biology for Beginners, so I'm going to show you where we get back to that. When you purchase a course, it goes into your account section. You can have multiple courses running at any time. So for example, you want to take both courses, you want to do a few lessons of each, that's fine. In the courses section of your user account, you will have all the courses that you have access to just here. And when you have completed them, they will have also links to your certificates that you can download. So this is Lawn Grass Biology for Beginners. You can see I've already completed 4 of the lessons. And let's go back into that lesson now, and I can show you what the videos look like. So here we are. These are the lessons I've already completed. We'll go out to lawn grass species. This is what the webinar, the lesson content actually looks like. We have the lesson here. We have materials section, so we can download the notes that go with this particular lesson. There is a video here that you can watch. Here it goes. So you sit there and watch the video. It has automatic closed captions. And then when you're ready, you press the next lesson, and you just work your way through until you get to the end. And then at the very end of the course, there is a quiz. The quiz pass mark is 80%. And And once you pass the quiz, then you'll be able to download the certificate. Right, so probably about time to go and have a look at our next courses that we have coming up. So understanding lawn soil, you did just see that on the GreenBest Academy. It's not available to purchase yet. This one is going to be also very interesting. I imagine it's going to be probably at least an hour and a half, again, like the previous advanced lawn nutrition course. We're going to be covering lawn soil types. That includes lawn texture, lawn structure, clay, soil, silt content, etc. We're going to look at nutrient availability within the soil, and specifically the cation exchange capacity and how that affects the efficiency of the fertilizers you apply. We're going to look at some common soil problems like compaction, etc. And pH, looking at high and low pH, what pH actually is and how you can amend it and whether you should amend it. So pH is quite an interesting one to look at for soil. And obviously, if you do soil analysis, you always find like your soil pH is a standard thing that they report on. We'll also cover wetting agents, how they work in the soil, so that if you want to purchase these items, you understand the sort of technical aspect of how they work. And then a very important part of soil is soil biology. This is everything that's living in the soil, not just the grass. So it's the bacteria, the fungi, the invertebrates. Understanding how these all interact with each other and how it can benefit a lawn instead of just being seen as pests and diseases is really important. So as we move forward into a world where we're being more environmentally friendly and trying to increase biodiversity, we want to help our customers to understand soil biology and work with it rather than against it. So this course is expected to be released in the summer 2023. It'll probably come alongside a revisit of the first two courses, so we'll probably release that alongside new versions of those courses as well. And we have two other courses that are expected to come online about the same sort of time, and these are for the sports turf market. So these might be for our distributor customers to learn about the products they're selling, or to help them to sell on products with confidence, or maybe for them to educate their customers on what they can buy. So essentially it's two separate courses, one for designing fertilizer treatment plans for football and rugby pitches, and the other one designing fertilizer treatment plans for bowling greens and croquet lawns, because those two different turf types are very different, as you can imagine. And this course is going to be written and presented by both Jack Baxter and Simon Gillette. They're going to be bringing you all the information you need to know about that. Very exciting. So finally, here we are. So we have a special offer for anybody that wants to start an academy course today. And this is only for people that have watched our webinar. The code webinar 50. If you enter that at the checkout, you'll get 50% off your first course. This offer ends end of April, and obviously promotional terms and conditions apply, and you can find those on the GreenBest Academy website. So you can go to the GreenBest Academy website now and try that code out. But before we go, I'm just going to run through a few frequently asked questions, just to sort of help, if there's anything you might be thinking about. Hopefully a question here will be answered. If not, please feel free to email us, sales@greenbest.co.uk or academy@greenbest.co.uk. You can always phone us as well on the usual phone number, which is 01963 364 788. So, can I take more than one course at a time? Yes, of course you can. You can take 3 or 4 courses at a time. The Academy will log where you've got to in each of your lessons. You can pick those lessons back up where you left off. And there's no limit on the amount of courses that you can buy, and we're not restricting courses to any particular audience at the moment. So feel free to maybe have all courses running at the same time. Can you take courses on your mobile device? Yes, you can. The GreenBest Academy is optimized for mobiles and tablets as well as desktop. So if you want to do videos on the go, that's perfectly fine. And we hope that allows more people to use the Academy than otherwise would have. We get asked a bit, are courses subject to VAT? Yes, course prices are subject to 20% VAT. And if you purchase a course as a business user, you'll have a receipt with our VAT number on it, and you'll be able to claim VAT on that receipt there. So that leads me on nicely to, can you bulk purchase courses for your employees or your colleagues, for example? Yes, this is able to. The best way to do this is to contact us directly at the office, because we need to know, for example, how many accounts you require in order to set them up for your colleagues, your employees, and also we can obviously work out a bulk discount depending on the quantity. So the best thing to do would be just to contact us in that event. And one nice thing that we can do if you have a bulk purchase for your employees is we can report to you on the progress of your employees and colleagues. So we can tell you who has completed, who has not started their courses, who has gained their certificates. We can provide you with all that information. So it's a really nice way if you need to train a lot of colleagues in one go to do that. It's quite good. Finally, do your courses offer CPD points, or are they accredited with organisations? Not at the moment. At the moment, we are just offering this as GreenBest and saying, well done, you've completed our GreenBest course. In time, we expect to be applying to organisations to assess our courses and offer CPD points for them, and also to maybe get them accredited with relevant organisations. So when that happens, if you are a member of a course at the time, we'll let you know so that you can download your updated certificate. And this is really where we want to be with the Academy. We want it to be not just useful to people, but also to offer them benefits further down the line. So the final thing really, if you do take a course with the GreenBest Academy at this stage, we'd really appreciate it if you took the time, once you'd finished your course, to feed back to us what you did like about the course, what you think we can change, what you thought of the cost, what you thought of the environment that you took the course in, the website itself. All of these things will really help us to improve the courses and the Academy as a whole for the next people to take those courses. So when you successfully complete a quiz, there'll be a link on the page for you to go to a feedback form, or you will get an email. It might go into your spam box, so do check that, where there will be a link for you to do that feedback form. And any help you can give us will be really valuable, because we can't really improve the course content or the courses themselves without that information. Great. So if you do have any questions, please email sales@greenbest.co.uk or academy@greenbest.co.uk. You can call us on 01963 364 788. And we hope that you enjoy the Academy. Please do let us know what you think. It's been really good to talk to you today, and I'm really excited to see what happens to the Academy in the next year, 5 years, 10 years, etc. Thank you very much.